Hello, my beautiful Gemini friend. Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be your full moon reading for November 12th. If you're new around here to my channel, my name is Melissa, and I do readings on the full moon and the new moon energy. The new moon being the beginning of the cycle, looking at what our intentions can be going forward, what you're looking at starting new possibly. And then we have the full moon, which is what we're looking at now, which is what is going to be harvested from the seeds that you planted in the beginning of the cycle. So new moon is the first 2 weeks of the cycle-ish, and the full moon is the last couple of weeks of the lunar cycle. So we're looking at what has come to completion or what has come to peak, and then what also we need to possibly let go of in order to start fresh in the next cycle. All right, Gemini. What is Gemini's energy for this full moon? Okay, that is way too many cards. Let's try that again. What is Gemini's full moon energy, November 12th? For Gemini. Okay. The Hierophant and the Nine of Swords. Okay. I am not recalling your reading, but I remember for new moon, somebody was dealing with someone who's kind of narcissistic. I feel like there's, the Hierophant to me is more of a teacher, somebody that is an elder. Like if you were looking at kind of a tribal situation, you would be like the elder. There we go. And with this deck, I always see this and go like Scout's Honor. Sure. But I just feel like there's a little bit of, oh, okay, I didn't show you this one. Then we have the Nine of Swords, which is kind of like losing sleep over something. Now this literally could be, like losing sleep over schooling or something along those lines. But I also feel like there's, it's just a, don't cut your hair is what I'm hearing. Don't cut your hair. Yeah. If that resonates, take it. If not, it's not for you. Don't cut your hair is what I'm hearing. Yeah, like I feel like it's grades. Like you feel like you're being graded on something and it's making you unhappy. It's making you anxious. You can't sleep at night. You feel like you're being kind of judged, I guess, kind of. But I'm hearing grades and don't cut your hair. Like it is Mercury retrograde. You don't want to make any big changes like that. But yeah, so that's what I feel like your energy right now is like. I've been getting a lot of kind of things that need to be healed as the peak for this cycle, things that need to be healed, things that need to be, like, it's coming to the surface so that you can heal from it. I feel like that's what's going on here. That's kind of your overall energy for the full moon is, there's some pain, some emotional pain, some worry, some anxiety, and that's what's kind of peaking for you right now. And when things like this peak, it's so that we can learn from them, so that we can grow from them. All right, let's move on. Now that we know what the energy looks like, let's see what Gemini needs to know for this cycle. What Gemini needs to know for the rest of the cycle. What Gemini needs to know. What does Gemini need to know? Eight of Wands. What does Gemini need to know? If you build it, they will come. What does Gemini need to know? Okay, so Eight of Wands. What you put out there is coming back to you. You've already put it out there, good or bad. You've already put it out there. It's coming back your way. It's the 8 is like the figure 8 where it's reciprocal. It goes one way and it comes right back. It's just an infinity sign. It keeps coming back. Whatever comes back or whatever you put out is what's coming back. So yeah, I don't really like that. What do you need to know? 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands it's a burden, and I feel like this is not this is not what you wanted to manifest, okay? That's not what you wanted to put out there. You put something out there that you're like, shit, can I take it back? And now you're kind of stuck with this burden. So yeah, that's what you need to know. That's what you need to know is hold on tight. It's going to be a bumpy ride. That's what I'm getting. But if you build it, they will come. So whatever you built with all these sticks, that's what's coming. All right. Do we have any advice for Gemini? Do we have any advice for Gemini? I'm not feeling like they're ready for advice. I need clarifiers. Okay. Using a different deck to clarify. The star, healing again. Healing. Okay. That is definitely a healer card. Something that, you know, the light is being shown by the light of the stars, you know, like will kind of like illuminate your path. And it's just kind of bubbles up to the surface, like the water. There's, you know, the ripples, kind of something's bubbling up for you to heal from. And I kind of feel like you have identified what it is, and you're struggling to rein it back in. You're struggling to, you know, like, I can't believe I got this ball rolling and now I can't stop it. It's snowballed out of control and now it's bigger than I can handle. So, lots of trauma readings lately. Not trauma, but, you know, like recovery and healing. But yeah, what is this burden? What is this burden? 5 of Pentacles, Queen of Rods. 5 of Pentacles is really like down and out, right? Down and out, broke, injured, broke financially, physically, broke, right? And then we have the Queen of Rods here. So I'm wondering if there's someone in particular that has something to do with that. I would encourage you to watch Taurus's video, because we had a lot of similar cards. We had the Queen of Rods from the other deck, along with the 10 of Wands. A very similar reading. Also the star popped out on that one. So we're not even done yet. Very similar energy. So your message might be in that video. Just a pointer, check that out. But yeah, I'm feeling like this burden, this thing that you're worried about is just like you're afraid of being broke, or you were broke. And I just feel like this might have something to do with it. It's not me. I know she looks like me, but it's not me. I'm a little bit like, I feel like there's another person involved here, that has kind of made you feel like this. Like, look at all that pain and burden. But I feel like it's really connected to this person here. So feminine quality, mature, could be, you know, mother, creative, somebody with those qualities that I feel like I think you already know who that is, and you know what happened, and you know, you just need to know what to do about it. So yeah. Okay. So I feel like somebody did you wrong. Okay. Somebody did you dirty, and you need to know what to do about it. So that's what we're going to ask. What does Gemini need to do? Advice for Gemini, please. Advice for Gemini. Okay. Well, hello. Okay, this one and this one. Yikes, this is what they did in my hand. So, yeah. Let's clean that up. Get those out of the way so I can take the ones that actually did pop out before that happened. All right, we have the Hermit card. Okay, so we're looking at advice here. Hermit card. It's time to you do you. Oh, good Lord. Look at all these majors. Okay. We have the Hanged Man. Again, solo. These both are just solo. This is you gaining a new perspective from looking within yourself. You have the answers. It's time to take a break. Pause. Look within yourself. Yeah. And then we have the Judgment card here. Okay. Which is, you know, it's that it's that like the come to Jesus moment. That's what I heard. It's a come to Jesus moment. Whether or not you're Christian, you know what that reflects. It's a, giving up control. You're really, the card is supposed to represent the transition, right? The transition from earth to etheric realms, or, like this is like Saint Peter or whoever at the pearly gates, allowing you or not allowing you in, that kind of vibe. But I feel like this is a come to Jesus moment, which is a surrender. Thank you. That's very much more to the point. Can we keep it that way? It's a surrender. It's surrendering, right? He put himself here so that he can gain enlightenment. Okay, this is enlightenment here. He wanted a new perspective. This is taking time away. Nobody's gonna bother you. You don't want people to bother you. But I feel like that's kind of the advice here, is that this is for you to deal with. What is the outcome if we take this advice? Let me juice this, squeeze this juice a little bit more. I mean, other than it being very clear that you need to get a new outlook on the situation, taking time to yourself, you have the answers within you. It's kind of a time to surrender. Surrender. Okay, that's the advice. Like, if we could sum the advice up in one word, it's time to surrender. Surrender not to people, not to your spouse, not to your parents, not to your child. Surrender to yourself, to surrender to your higher self, surrender to divine, Jesus, God, universe, whatever it is that your belief is. That's what you're surrendering to right now. That's the advice that we're trying to give you, is that it's time to surrender. In order to heal, you're going to have to surrender something. You're going to have to, in order to find the answer that you have hidden within you, you're gonna have to go there. You're gonna have to surrender and go there. Okay, so let's see what the outcome will be if you follow this advice. What is the outcome? This advice is followed. What is the outcome? The Ace of Swords. A new idea, a new beginning, for a new way of thinking, a new way of communicating, communications coming to you. This is a brand new start here. This is the beginning of something else. This is the beginning of thoughts. This is the beginning of things that you didn't realize, brand new ideas, things that you didn't realize were coming for you, that you didn't see before, that now you can see. This is clarity, okay? That is the outcome if you follow this advice. And I know it's hard. It's hard to surrender. It's hard to give up control. As humans, we want to control the outcome of everything, but ultimately, you have control over your actions, your reaction to things. You are in control of your destiny. However, that surrender gives you control. I don't want to get all 50 shades on you, but in that surrender, there is control. You may already know what I'm talking about here, but you have to have a very good level of control in order to surrender. You have to have faith that everything will be okay when you surrender. And that takes a lot of control. You have control over your life. You have control over whether or not you surrender. But when you surrender, you gain control. Okay? Like, I know that doesn't make sense, but once you go through it, you'll know what I mean. If you don't already, if you know what I mean, let me know in the comments. If I'm super friggin' confusing you, let me know in the comments and I'll try and clarify. I write better than I talk, so that might be a better way to communicate it. But yes, this is the overall outcome if you follow this advice. You can get unstuck. You can get unworried. Whatever it is that you're worried about getting back that you put out, that you're just like having an oh shit moment for, you can get through this. You can get out of it. And I feel like that's where your cycle is heading. This is like your new moon energy right here. This is the end of that cycle. This is the end of this cycle where all of this worry, right? And all of this burden is kind of coming to a peak for you to deal with, for you to heal from, okay? All of that's coming up to the surface for you to heal from it. And the way to do that is to gain a new perspective by going within, by surrendering, okay? Surrendering to whatever divine being that you call upon, surrendering to the universe in that way kind of gives you your control back, okay? And then you start over fresh in the next cycle. So definitely a new beginning coming on the horizon down toward, you know, the next cycle here. But yeah, you're going to really have to work on surrendering and allowing your own internal, what you know, the answer to how to deal with this. And really it's about pausing and looking within and surrendering to the information that you have within you that for whatever reason you're already blocking. But you feel like you've been screwed over and you can get out of this. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, have a blessed day.